Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine, aka Budget Treasures, and here on today's video I am going to be setting up my November budget slash plan with me. I'm really excited about this particular part of my budget because we're starting fresh, we're starting brand new for the month, and I'm able to look at the month and see what do I have coming up as it relates to my bills, expenses, any birthdays that's coming up that I want to take time to celebrate, those people, holidays or anything that's coming up. I get to take a look at my calendar and then plug it into my budget. So this is going to be a little bit different from what you may normally see because I'm actually not going to plug any numbers like for a full budget. I'm only going to be completing my calendar because I am a paycheck to paycheck budgeter. So I don't essentially budget out my entire month. I budget that particular paycheck that I am receiving. So that is something that is different about me. I also want to let you guys know what my context is. I think that's very applicable for people who are watching budgeters, so you know, like, you know, if I relate to you possibly. I do live in California, so it's very expensive where I live. I would live in one of the most expensive states. I do have one daughter, but she is an adult. I do have one job and kind of like half of a side hustle, but I don't really use any side hustle money for my main bills and expenses, and I show that all in my paycheck budgets. But I do work in healthcare and I am a manager. I am salary based, so I'm paid pretty much essentially the same amount. I do receive bonuses from time to time, but for the most part I am a salaried employee. And I think that's pretty much it. I am a single woman, so that means that I pay all of my bills and expenses alone. I do not have any help, or I'm not using anyone's income to help me pay any of my bills, and I pay them all, and there are a lot of them, and we're pretty much going to get into that. But if that's something that you want to see and I resonate with you, then go ahead and stay tuned while we get into the budget. All right, everybody, so I was able to complete my month of November full of bills and some events that I have coming up. So we're gonna go ahead and go through everything, and then I also gave myself some goals for the month as well. I kind of scaled it back a bit as far as my goals. I don't want to have too many, because when you have too many, sometimes you end up doing none of them at all. So I really want to make November a super focused month for me, so that I can really get a hold on my bills and expenses and everything and everybody that I owe, etc. I have some exciting things coming up in the month of November, so we're gonna go over that as we are going through our month. So let's start here at the first of the month. We have our mortgage due, we have our HOA due, which is $280. We have our internet and cable due, which is $130. We have sale, which is $64.87, and then we have our ADT, which is $75.72. So I'm gonna go back up to mortgage. I do not share how much I pay for mortgage. I leave that private and separate because it's just something that I want to keep to myself. As far as my internet cable, I am reimbursed from my job $60 for my internet. So even though I pay $130, I do get $60 of that back. And then my sale, that is going to be decreasing in the month of December. It will only be $20.67. You guys, my daughter finally took her phone over, okay? It was time for that to happen, and it finally happened. So this is the last bill that was left on my account, and then I will be paying only $20.67 for my Apple Watch. So I'm excited about that. Everybody, let's give it up for her coming into adulthood, okay? And then I do not have to pay my cell phone bill, so let me just note that I do not have a cell phone bill. And then ADT, that's $75.72. So going down the street to the 5th. I have my nieces and my nephews. I'm gonna be having a sleepover for them on this weekend, so it's not gonna cost me much, but there is something that I want to do for them that's gonna be kind of like a surprise, and so it's not gonna take much money to do what I need to do, but I want to make sure that I don't forget to add that into the paycheck budget. And then we're going to skip on over to the 7th. We have the electric bill. So if you did not catch that video where I talked all about the electric bill and why I had to make arrangements for that bill, definitely check that video out where I explain in detail. But the arrangement is $38.91, so that's due on the 7th. And then my actual bill is $129.52, and that is due on the very next day, which is on the 8th. And we're skipping over to the 10th, which my water bill is $60.29. That is due on the 10th. And then I have my mom's birthday, which is on November the 11th. So I will definitely be putting her in the budget. And then I have Friendsgiving, which is on the 12th. So this is a time where all of my friends come together and we have Friendsgiving at my house. So I don't have to buy much, but whatever it is that I'm cooking, so I just want to make sure that that's in the budget as well. And then I have my Capital One credit card, which is due on the 13th. Now this is where I have some exciting news. So I am going to be completing my debt freedom. I'm going to be starting my debt freedom journey in the month of November. The way that I am going to be paying off my debt is going to be by consolidating my debt, but I'm going to be consolidating it with my 401k. I'll talk about it more in detail. I'm going to have a video where I'm talking specifically about my plan and how I'm going to be paying off my debt, where it will make more sense, but it would just be way too long for me to talk about it right now. So it does need a dedicated video. So I will be doing that soon. So please, please, please make sure that you stay tuned for that. But the bills, the consumer or the credit card bills that will be paid off will be Capital One, my MasterCard, my Chase credit card, and my Macy's credit card. 4 credit cards will be paid off, and I won't have to put that in here any longer. And we'll talk about the plan and how we're going to work it in that dedicated video. So make sure that you guys do tune in for that. So maybe it might be an idea of what you want to do if you can, if not, but I just want to share what I'm doing. It might help someone, I don't know, but I found that this is going to be the best way for me to pay off my debt. Okay, so scotching over to November 15th, we have life insurance. You guys, if you do not have life insurance, I talked about this not too long ago. I know some people feel like life insurance is not needed for them, but this is a way that you can create generational wealth for your family. I'm not like an expert in all of that, but I'm trying to learn more and more about how to keep long money long money in your family. So I do want to leave my daughter, I do have a daughter, and I want to leave her with something in case I pass away. Well, when I pass away, because I will. And then also, you know, some other things. So I'm not an expert, I will say, but definitely I would encourage you to talk to someone who will definitely educate you about the importance of life insurance and how it can be a great benefit for you and your family. I do have a personal loan that's due. That's $133. My MasterCard, I forget what the minimum is, but I think it's $30. Yeah. And then we have my Chase credit card. Minimum is $57. Car insurance $109. Then I have Macy's credit card, $41.97. And then we have Thanksgiving. So I'm not hosting Thanksgiving. I am going to Thanksgiving dinner to my brother's house, but I do want to contribute in some type of way. So I want to make sure that I note Thanksgiving. And then we have here over here in the corner, we have a lot of things due. We have Hulu, which is $12.99, Stars $2.99, my solar and gas, I'm not sure what that is, so the bill hasn't come out yet. My solar bill is no longer due on the 1st, it is now due on the 28th of every month, and then the same with my gas bill. So my gas bill is now due on the 28th of every month. So over here in October, my gas bill is $28.75, and then the solar bill is $67 and some odd. So it's still gonna essentially come out of this paycheck, but it's now due on the 28th of the month. And then I have a court debt that is $75 that I have to pay every month, and then it's my uncle's birthday on the 28th. I think his birthday is on the 28th or 27th actually. I forgot, I gotta call him and ask him. But anywho, this is everything that I have going on for the month of November. To me, it really feels like a lot. It feels like I feel like I have a ton of bills, and I did not used to have a ton of bills. So I don't know, hopefully, you know, with all of the excuse me, hopefully with all of the credit cards, you know, gone, it just won't seem like so much. And then with my sale only, you know, decreasing, you know, I'm just really trying to get the amount of money going out at a minimum. So this is everything that I have going on for November, and then I will be completing my November paycheck budget. I am a paycheck to paycheck budgeter, so I don't essentially budget out the entire month. I just document everything here on the calendar of what I have due and upcoming. And so the paycheck that I do receive here on the 28th is gonna take care of all of these bills until Friday in November the 11th, okay? And that is how I budget. It pretty much works for me. And there it is there. So that is it for this video. On the next video, I will be completing my paycheck to paycheck budget. And if there is nothing else, if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and leave me a money sign, because we are getting to the bag. It doesn't feel like we're making progress, but we are making progress. I do have some other exciting news as it relates to some of the past due bills and things, but we're not going to talk about that until the paycheck budget. So make sure that you guys tune in for that, and I will see you on the next video. Go be great. Peace out.